Hello, I'm Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make a slip cover for a pillow. Now, slip covers are great if you have children or pets or maybe even both. You know, they jump up on the sofa and they get everything dirty. What's great about the slip covers is they can be washed and then you can put them back on. So they're really easy to maintain. But the great thing about this particular slip cover is there are no zippers involved. I hate dealing with zippers and I'm sure you all do too. So the easier the better for me. Okay, so let's take a look at the pillow. Isn't this pretty? Okay, now for some of you who have been watching my videos, this block may look a little familiar to you. It was in my machine applique lesson 3, but we had an applique flower in it. This is the same border pattern except it's larger. So I will be showing you how to square this up on your cutting mat instead of using that square ruler. But the best thing about this pillow is the fact that it is a slip cover, and look at that. Okay, there's that pillow form hidden in there, and it's just so easy to put it in and take it out whenever you want to. Okay, all right, let's take a quick look at what you need to cut out. Now, if you have a cell phone, you can just put this video on pause and take a quick little snapshot, or just quickly jot it down if you have some paper handy, okay? So my particular pillow that I'm working with is a 16-inch squared pillow. Whenever you're making any kind of cover for a pillow, you always want to add at least 1 inch for your seam allowance, okay? That applies to all pillows. All right, for this particular pillow, the square in the middle, I call that fabric A. You just need 1 square, 8.5 inches. Then the surrounding fabric, I refer to it as fabric B. You need 2 squares that are 12.5 inches squared. And then 2 rectangles, 10.5 inches by 17 inches. And that's all you need for this. Really easy. All right, so first step is take your 2 12.5 inch squares and you're going to cut them in half from corner to corner. So line up your long ruler on those 2 corners and then just cut it in half. Cut both of your squares in half. So you will wind up with 4 triangles, okay? All right, once you've got that cut, then take your 8.5 inch square, okay? And you're going to fold it in half. And we're going to find those center points, okay? So fold it along to where these raw edges meet, and then go over here on this fold area and just finger press it, okay? Just a little bit. Now don't go all the way across, and then go over here, do the same thing, finger press it. Then open it up, and then you're going to do the same thing, turn it, and go the other side. And finger press, and finger press. What you've done is you've found the center points for all 4 sides. Okay, now take one of your triangles, here we go, and you're going to fold it in half, okay? And finger press it. Now you have the center point for this one. Now, you're going to take those 2 fold lines and match them up. Now on camera it might be a little hard to see, but if you're doing it in person, it's real easy to see it, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and pin it all the way across, do a 1/4 inch seam, okay? And I'll show you in a second how to do the pressing. So when you've done that, it should look like this. So what you've done is you've put triangles on each side, okay? So you are going to now press on both sides. Press on the wrong side, then open it up, and now you're going to press on the right side with your iron. You want to make sure that your seams are going out away from the center of the block on both sides, okay? out away from the center of the block. Now we're going to trim the tails off on each side. So again, take your long ruler and you're going to line it up on the raw edge of the center block here, the white fabric. Okay, line it up, and then you're going to cut the tails off. Cut them off on both sides, okay? Then, and it's going to look like this when you're done. Now, take your other two triangles, and again, you're going to center it with your little fold lines. Put these other two triangles on opposite sides of each other, pin it down, stitch a 1/4 inch seam all the way across on each side, and then again press on the wrong side first to flatten out your seam, and then open it up and press on the right side so that you make sure your seams are going out away from the center of the block. So it's going to look like this on the back. See how the seams are going out? They're not folding in this way, they're going out. Okay, so now you need to square up the block because it's going to be off probably just a little bit. Remember, our finished size of this block should be 17 inches. So you will have to square it up to make sure that it is there. So take 17 inches and divide it in half, and that will give you 8.5 as your center point. These 2 points here should be placed on the 8.5 inch mark on your cutting mat. This is a cutting mat, okay? They come in a variety of sizes. So place it right there on that 8.5 inch line, and you're going to come up here to the top and do the same thing. And if you're not sure if you've got them lined up there, just place your ruler on your points and adjust if you need to, okay? Another thing before we start cutting is you may want to place some tape to hold your fabric down, okay, on each side. Now take your ruler and you're now going to place it on the 17 inch line, okay? Here's my 17 inch line. So place it there and up here on the 17 inch line. Once you've got it lined up, then cut off any excess fabric that you may have. Then go over to your 0 line. Here's 1, this is 0. And you might have to turn your cutting mat if you're not able to cut with both hands, okay? And line it up on the 0 line and then cut off any excess fabric that you may have on that side. Okay, now you have 2 sides squared up. Now you're going to lift your fabric up and turn it just once. Okay, line up these 2 points now and repeat the step. Get them lined up, then place your ruler on the 17 inch line, cut off any excess, then go over to the 0 line and cut off any excess that you may have. Okay, now you're ready to put on you're getting close to putting on the back. So take your 2 rectangles, okay, and you're going to fold over on the long edge, the long way. Fold it over 1/4 inch and press it with your iron. Don't finger press. Actually use your iron to press this. One of the reasons that your projects may not turn out right is you might be skipping the pressing process, and that gives you a very professional finished look when you do that step. Okay, after you fold it over and press 1/4 inch, then repeat it. Do it again and press it again. Do that on both your rectangles on just one side. And then go to your sewing machine, and then you're going to stitch right along the edge there. Okay, all the way across on both pieces. Now have your front of your block right side up. Take one of your rectangles, place it right side down facing the front of the block, and line up your raw edges here around, and up here. Line it up, okay? Then take your second rectangle and line it up on the raw edges. Then once you've got it lined up, you want to go ahead and pin it all the way around. And by the way, you will notice that these overlap. They're supposed to, okay? Overlap. So go ahead and pin it, and you're going to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance from this raw edge in. And I advise you to start right here. And when you start here, go back and forth several times, because this is a stress point. Because whenever you take your pillow form in and out of this pillow cover, you're going to stress this area, and you don't want to pull your stitches apart. Also, the other area is right here. So stitch back and forth a few times, then stitch towards this one right here, and when you get there, go back and forth a few times. You want to secure these two places. Then continue stitching down to this corner. When you get a 1/2 inch away from this raw edge, leave your needle down, press your foot up, turn your cover, and begin stitching down the other side. Stitch all the way around, and when you get to the opposite side where this is, stitch again back and forth on those two stress areas. Okay, then when you're done with that, you want to trim your corners right here. So let me show you how to do that. I've drawn some lines where you need to cut. So here's your stitch line. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch of fabric. So you're going to cut at a 45-degree angle to this corner, then come over here and cut towards that first cut, and then over here, same thing, okay? Do this on all 4 corners. Then when you're done, you're gonna just open this up, reach inside, and pull it right side out, okay? Then take your pillow form, and you're gonna squish it in and open this up and begin stuffing the pillow inside. Once you get the pillow inside, then go ahead and push your corners towards the slipcover corners. Close it up, and you're good to go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And you have a really nice pillow for your sofa or chair, and remember, they're so easy to take care of. Now, my next video will be a super easy project. It's how to make a placemat, and I call this easy placemat. Look at this. Different color on the back, really cool. So you actually have 2 in 1. One color on the back and one color on the front. Show you how to do this neat little decorative top stitching. Really, really easy, quick project. Okay, well, I just want to let you know that YouTube has recently changed where their subscribe buttons land on the screen. During my video, you might have noticed one down here at this right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner. I know it's kind of small, but it does say subscribe. Then, towards the end of the video, you might see one up here in this corner, a picture of me. That's also a subscribe button. So to keep informed on all my future videos, click on one of those, okay? YouTube will ask you for your email address, and the next time I have a new video, they'll send you a brief email, big button in the center. Click on that, and it takes you directly to my latest video. And I'm Cheryl. I'm really glad you came to my sewing room. Now see you next time, and happy sewing.